So for the last 4 or 5 years, GameStop has been a huge factor in my ability to build a pretty solid collection of retro video games. And not just common video games, but some of the more rare titles in my collection. And one of the ways that I was able to do that was by leveraging GameStop's buy two get one promotion that they do a few times throughout the year. And I would patiently wait for those sales to present themselves and just eagerly visit different stores, go on their website, and just go through the motions of trying to find more games. More games that I could add to my collection. And GameStop recently launched yet another buy two get one promotion. And this time around, I'm just not as enthused to try and take advantage of the deal. And in this video, I'm going to share with you two, maybe three reasons why the buy two get one promo just isn't doing it for me this time around. So the first reason, and probably the most pertinent reason, is that the buy two get one promo feels more like a gimmick than ever before. And the reason why I'm saying that is because weeks leading up to these promotions and the weeks following after these promotions, like right after these promotions are over, GameStop will flood, especially their retro site. They'll flood their retro site with all sorts of rare and obscure games. I was recently on GameStop's retro website, and they had like Mega Man X3, they had Ill Bleed, they had just rare Dreamcast games, Sega Saturn games, they had Super Nintendo games, all these really cool games that I think a lot of collectors would really appreciate. Games that are just really hard to find in the wild. They had so many of these games ready and available on their website. And as soon as the buy two get one promotion comes, they're gone. Now, don't get me wrong. It could be the case where as soon as the promotion launches, all the other like online hunters who wait for these promos, maybe they're sniping these games. But in some cases, I see the games disappear from the site like hours before the promotion launches. So like you can't even have the game in your cart. Like they're gone, like they're taken down before the promo starts purposely, because they purposely don't want them to be included in this promotion. And that's just like a real bummer, because as soon as the promotion ends, oh, guess what? All these games are available again. Now, miraculously, all these games just pop right back up on the site. And I've seen that happen way too many times over the last few iterations of this promotion. And it just gives me a very gimmicky vibe. And it just tells me that GameStop is just trying to rid themselves of any excess inventory that just doesn't serve them. And what I've seen happen more and more and more is that a lot of what is available, like if there are retro games available, it's poor condition, disc only games that just you wind up returning. More than like 80% of them you wind up returning because they're just not worth keeping in the collection. And so after having gone through that the last few times they've done this promotion, I've kind of just said, it's taken away the enthusiasm that I otherwise would have had for the promo, and it's taken away the drive for me to want to jump in with both feet and try to add games to the collection using this promo. And that, I would say, is probably one of the biggest reasons. The second reason, and this is something that some of you have commented on my page because some of you have noticed this as well. The second reason is because they do these weird price hikes during this promotion. And it ranges. Some games, they'll do like a $5 price up. Some games, they'll do like a $7 or $8 price up. Like they'll randomly price up certain games, and it's usually like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 games. They'll do it to some like Switch games. I don't see them do it to a lot of retro games, but they'll even do it to some retro games to where it's like, hold on, wasn't this game like $37.99 like a week ago? Why is it $42.99 now? Why is it, $54.99? And they'll randomly do these like little price ups during the promotion, and I think it's because they recognize that savvy shoppers are going to try to bundle certain games together that are of the same price, right? So instead of like buying 9 games where the cheapest game is like $11.99 and the most expensive game is $124.99, it makes more sense to buy three $11.99 games in one transaction and three $100 plus games in one transaction. That's how you maximize the deal. And I think they create these weird pricing disparities to kind of avert that, to make it more difficult for shoppers to play that type of a game. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's really kind of weird to see why a game, when it's not a promotion, would be cheaper, and then the promotion comes and then you price it up. That kind of just negates the promotion in a way. And so I've seen them do that too. And again, it gives me the same feeling that I get when I think about the games that they play with the online inventory. It's like, this game was available yesterday, it's not available today, or it's not available hours before the promotion starts. Or this game was, $32.99 hours before the promotion starts, and now that the promotion's kicked in, now this game is $37.99. I just see that happen, and it's kind of really just taken the drive out for me from wanting to participate in it in any way. So that's kind of taken it away. Those are two of the biggest reasons. The third reason, and this reason is probably a little bit more personal to me, is that I just don't have the same enthusiasm as I did a couple of even a few months ago. I just don't have the same enthusiasm. I don't have the same drive. It's the night before, we get ready to head out on a family vacay, and this is going to be a big time of reflection for me. And I'm really excited about being able to capture moments with my family. I'm actually packing the camera gear that I'm going to be bringing. I'm going to be bringing a few vintage lenses, my 24 millimeter. I'm really excited to shoot on that. I'm really, really excited to shoot on this 55 millimeter. And I'm bringing my 35 to 70 zoom. This is a nice little pocket zoom lens. I'm excited for that. And so I've just been getting back into like hobbies that bring me closer to my family. And it doesn't mean that I'm not into video games. It's just now I'm having to split the passion. And whereas all of my passion was into video games, now I'm moving it back into videography, and I'm moving it back into film photography. I busted out my old Canon again, my old Canon AE1 with the Canon on it. Look at that scope. And so I've gotten back into some of my other hobbies. And in doing that, it's kind of, you can't do everything, right? You can't go film video, and you can't shoot photography, and you can't go to the gaming convention, and you can't also go game hunting, and you can't do everything, and as much as I wish I could split myself into like 5 parts, where one part can go game hunting, the other part can go to the convention, the other part can go shoot video, the other part can go on vacation, the other part can go be a dad and a boyfriend or a husband, and play all these roles, like, it's tough. And so it's a bit of a balancing act. And so I just don't, when I think about everything, the grand scheme of things, I just don't have the attention span and capacity, the bandwidth. That's the term I'm looking for. I do not have the bandwidth, I think, to be as passionate about all of these things at the same time, at the same level. And so while I am passionate about video games and game hunting and my collecting and stuff, it may mean that I might have to skip out on a few buy two get one promos. It may mean that I might have to skip out on a few conventions. It might mean that I'll have to, you know, uh, just not buy games for a while. So I think it's something that I'm okay with. It's because it doesn't mean that I'm losing the passion. I've been able to take advantage of so many deals. All of these games that you see here are GameStop pickups. These are deals that I got, buy two get one, amazing deals. Mega Man X2, Chibi Robo, all GameStop. Complete in box stuff too. I mean, well, the Chibi Robo is missing the manual, but Fatal Frame 2, Eternal Darkness, complete. I mean, really good stuff. And I'm glad to have these in the collection. I'm glad when I get to play these and have those feelings of nostalgia. But for the next, few weeks, it's really going to be more about the videography, the film stuff, and I'm really excited for all the moments that I'm going to share with my family, the memories we're going to make, capturing them on video, capturing them in photo, and hopefully being able to share some of that with you guys here on the channel, and share a bit more with the members of the channel. So yeah, I think this time around I'm going to skip out on the buy two get one. And hopefully that means someone else gets the opportunity to buy a really cool retro game that they want. Hopefully this means, me not being in the field sucking up deals. Hopefully someone else can get some really cool deals out there. And I encourage you guys, the summer is going to be over before we know it. We're almost already halfway through August. And so take advantage of these days, these longer days that we have, and these summer days. And snag as many deals as you can. But for me, I think I'm gonna sit this one out. But let me know what you plan on doing, and I will catch you in the next video. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.